Welcome, friends, and let me spin a tale of courage, passion, and the extraordinary journey of a young nurse. Enjoy the story. St. Mary's Hospital was abuzz with the arrival of the new nurse, Emily Johnson. Fresh out of nursing school, the bright-eyed 22-year-old was eager to make her mark. But not everyone was thrilled about the energetic addition to the staff. Lily Rodriguez, the head nurse, rolled her eyes as Emily bounced up to her in the hallway. "I can't believe I have to waste my time training the new girl," Lily grumbled to herself. At 35, Lily was jaded and bitter, resenting the pretty young nurses like Emily. "I'm so excited to learn from you," Emily gushed. "I just want to be the best nurse I can be, making sure I do all the procedures correctly, like starting IVs and dressing changes." Lily scoffed. This perky little thing wouldn't last a week, she thought to herself. Time to give her a reality check. "Well, since you're so eager, why don't you head down to the ER and deal with the drunks and addicts? That ought to wipe that smile off your face." Emily's face fell for a moment, but she quickly recovered. "I'm happy to help wherever I'm needed." She set off towards the ER with determined strides. As Emily pushed through the double doors, the smell of stale alcohol and vomit assaulted her nostrils. The ER was in chaos, drunks shouting and staggering around, nurses and doctors scrambling to restore order. But Emily took it all in stride, calmly assessing each patient and administering care with a gentle touch and soothing words. Even the most belligerent drunks calmed under her tender ministrations. Hours later, Emily was still going strong, her scrub splattered with various bodily fluids. Dr. John Harmon, the handsome head of the ER, came up beside her as she was disposing of soiled bandages. "I've been watching you all night, Emily. I must say, I'm impressed. You handled a tough situation with real skill and grace." Emily blushed at the praise from the attractive doctor. "Thank you, Dr. Harmon. I'm just trying my best. To be honest, Nurse Rodriguez sent me down here as a kind of punishment." Overhearing this, Veronica, a seasoned ER nurse, shook her head in disapproval. "That Lily always tormenting the new girls. Don't you worry, honey, you're doing great, isn't she, Dr. Harmon?" "Absolutely," John agreed, his eyes lingering on Emily's pretty face. "And please call me John. I'll have a talk with Lily about her behavior. Keep up the excellent work, Emily." Emily practically floated out of the ER, buoyed by their kind words. Maybe she would make it here after all. The next day, Emily was changing the dressings on an unconscious John Doe who had been brought in the night before. He was in bad shape, covered in gashes and bruises, his clothes filthy and ragged. The other nurses avoided him, wrinkling their noses at his appearance and odor. But not Emily. She carefully cleaned and bandaged his wounds, her touch gentle and reassuring. "You poor man," she murmured. "What happened to you out there?" To her shock, the man's eyes fluttered open. He looked at her intently, his gaze sharp and knowing. "You're different from the others," he rasped. "I can see that. A truly good soul. I need you to remember everything I'm about to tell you." Emily leaned closer, her heart pounding. The man spoke for several minutes, his voice low and urgent. He hinted at dark secrets, a hidden conspiracy. Emily tried to follow, but his tale was disjointed, almost fantastical. Still, she listened patiently, holding his hand and nodding encouragingly. Just as abruptly as he had started speaking, the man slipped back into unconsciousness, leaving Emily shaken and confused. She finished the dressing change mechanically, her mind whirling. As she stepped into the hallway, she nearly collided with Dr. Harmon. "Emily! Just the person I was looking for. I heard about the John Doe you've been treating. Lily had written him off as a hopeless case, but it seems your dedicated care may have saved his life. I really let Lily have it for neglecting a patient like that." Emily's eyes widened. "You mean he's going to make it? Oh, I'm so relieved." Just then, a distinguished-looking older man in an expensive suit came striding down the hallway, flanked by two imposing bodyguards. He radiated power and importance. "Where is he? Where is my son?" the man demanded, his voice booming. Dr. Harmon approached the man cautiously. "Your son, sir? I'm afraid I don't understand." The man pointed a finger at the John Doe's room. "That man in there. He's my son, Peter Wellington II. He disappeared weeks ago after witnessing a terrible crime. I've been searching for him ever since. Is he..." Is he alive?" Emily and Dr. Harmon exchanged shocked glances. The John Doe was the son of Walter Wellington, the billionaire business tycoon. "Mr. Wellington, your son is in critical condition, but he's stable now, thanks in large part to Nurse Johnson here," Dr. Harmon explained, gesturing to a stunned Emily. Walter Wellington turned to Emily, his eyes misty. "Young lady, it seems I owe you a great debt. You've given me back my son. I won't forget this." Emily stammered out a response, overwhelmed by the turn of events. Over the next few weeks, Peter Wellington made a remarkable recovery under Emily's diligent care. Though the details of the crime he witnessed remained murky, Peter hinted to Emily that he would be going into witness protection until the trial. Lily, meanwhile, was seething with jealousy and couldn't stand seeing him growing closer to Emily. One day, Lily cornered Emily in the break room. "Well, if it isn't the tycoon's little bride," she sneered. "What did you do to get on Wellington's good side, huh? Offered him some extra services?" Emily recoiled as if slapped, tears springing to her eyes. "How can you say that? I was just doing my job, taking care of my patient." "Please?" Lily scoffed. "You think you're so special, with your perfect little nursing skills and your Florence Nightingale act. You're nothing but a gold-digging little what—" "That's enough!" a deep voice interrupted. Peter Wellington stood in the doorway, flanked by his bodyguards. He was dressed in a sharp suit, looking every inch the billionaire's son. "Emily, I'm here to say goodbye," Peter said gently, taking her hand. "I have to go away for a while, until it's safe. But before I do, I was hoping you would do me the honor of letting me take you to dinner. As a thank you for everything." Behind him, Lily sputtered in outrage. Emily heard Dr. Harmon chuckle softly. Emily looked up at Peter shyly, a smile blooming on her face. "I would love to," she said softly. As Peter led her out of the hospital, Emily marveled at the turn her life had taken. She had come here hoping simply to be a good nurse, to care for her patients with skill and compassion. She never imagined she would find herself swept up in a world of secrets, scandal, and unexpected romance. But one thing was certain. Emily knew she was exactly where she was meant to be. And as she looked up at Peter's handsome face, she had a feeling her adventures were only just beginning.